Hey, buddy, how are you?
Good.
So, you obviously had a taste of it in the spring, but what's it like coming out here knowing, hey, this is my team, I'm the guy?
Man, it's good. Good experience. I'm just ready for game one. Kind of sets the mindset where kind of like the Boston College Notre Dame game that going into this week, or going into week one of this year that you're going to be a starter. So it's good knowing that. So.
Have you made an emphasis coming out here on the practice field this year compared to last year? Are you having a different mentality when you get out there with the guys, when you're going through work? Has anything changed?
I think the only thing that's changed is trying to be more of a leader, trying to show that more of that leadership role, trying to be a little bit more vocal. I'm kind of a quiet guy, kind of lead by example, but I know the coaches, I'm trying to break my shell, try to be a little bit more verbal each and every day.
What was the biggest thing you learned from your 2 starts last year? How beneficial is it that you've got 2 starts under your belt that you're now good for the long haul this year?
Biggest things I probably learned from that is just how to prepare for a week going in as when you're your starter. Going into the Notre Dame game, I knew I was going to be a starter, so that kind of helped me prepare. And coming in right now, coming in first fall camp, being a starter for the Georgia game week 1, that's basically what I learned is how to prepare and how to be a starter and how to take it up going leading to the first game.
What is the biggest thing you learned in preparation and just all the details that go into something like that?
Probably the biggest thing I learned is just how much time and effort you got to put in. Being a starter, that I know that you're the leader of the offense. Being the quarterback, once you're starting week 1, you're the leader of the offense. So you want to do everything in your power to do and make sure that you're ready to be able to lead the troops out to the offense and make sure that you're mentally prepared, that you put your team in the best position. So I think that's the biggest thing.
You got quite a tall bunch of wide receivers out there. It's got to be fun to throw and catch with those guys. Talk about the development of guys like Ajo, who seems to be taking a step up so far this year.
Ajo, man, he's done a huge job. Huge. I'm super proud of him, man. From what he did last year, from after last season leading up all the way here to fall camp, he's made huge strides. You can see it out here in practice. He's balling, man, making great plays, going up and grabbing the ball, moving, running really, looking light on the street. He looks really good. So I'm happy for my brother Joe.
He hasn't been out here yet for fall camp, but what does Justin Ross bring to this offense?
I think the whole world knows what Justin Ross brings. I think he's the best receiver in the country. Justin Ross is Justin Ross. I think that just speaks for itself.
What did you learn from Charles Barkley today?
Oh, yeah, man. I had no clue Charles Barkley was showing up at the TV today. Coach Sweeney called me over. I was like, I want you to meet somebody. I knew it was going to be a guest speaker. I didn't know who it was when I turned the corner. I'm like, oh, shit. Charles Barkley, man. I'm like, oh, yeah, it's D-Roll, the paint. So I'm like, that was super cool. Getting to meet him, getting to hear what he said, and just all the stuff he had, and just all the knowledge he had. That's a Hall of Famer right there. 2-time Olympic gold medalist, and he's a great basketball player. So you just get to hear his mindset, what he took from playing basketball, and then see him playing football.
Do you think you could post up Barkley?
Today, Barkley. Nah, still. I'll give him his props. No, I have no shot. I'm about to play basketball, but he's gonna be a player. I'm nowhere near that.
Probably golf better than him, right?
He fixed his swing. His swing is a little different, but I'm not the best golfer at all, so I can't speak on my golf game. But I think I seen something on Instagram. He
looked better now.
That's what I'm saying. He looked good. So I know he took a couple swings in the golf center the other day, but I didn't get to see it.
Speaking of looking good, are you amazed at Tyson and how good he looks so far?
I think everybody counted him out except for him. I think, Tyson, 4 months. I think it's been 4 months since the injuries happened, and he's out here doing 7-on and doing almost everything out here. And I'm just super proud of him. You can tell for the type of person Tyson is, the type of faith that he has, the type of faith and love that he has for the Lord Jesus. Look at him, he's just out here playing and he's having fun. He's being a great teammate. That's all we can ask, man. He's just being a great person.
Have you spent some time this offseason looking at Georgia's defense, or are you going to wait till you get closer to that?
I've been looking at Georgia's defense. Yeah, they look great defense. It's got great players, a lot of people coming back. Got a great up front, great secondary, got a lot of transfers coming in. This is going to be a great game.
When you start with a caliber of opponent like that, do you think it sort of amps up the focus and attention to detail in camp, just knowing you have a smaller margin for error, just right off the bat?
I think so. I think a little bit. I think for the most part, I think we're just all excited to be able to play the first game. And then knowing that we have a quality opponent with Georgia, a real high caliber team, I think it just makes it that much more fun going through fall camp.
I'm sure a lot will be made of the fact that you've got 2, high school rival QBs, Southern California guys. Certainly Alabama looks like it's going to have one as well. Do you make anything of the sort of California QBs coming to the Southeast? Is it a narrative that has legs to it? Do you feel like back home there's people that do recruiting more on a national stage now?
I think it just puts perspective on Southern California quarterbacks. The Trinity League itself. Then we have 3 starters with Bryce Young, me and JC Daniels all come from the same high school league, not just the same area in SoCal, but the same league. So I think that just puts it in perspective on how good that high school league is and how well our 2 high school programs are prepared us coming and playing college football.
Do you think there's something to sort of the under JT is sort of, I would guess Georgia fans would refer to him as quirky maybe? Do you think there's something to that sort of Southern California, or Southern California QBs different than everybody else?
I mean, I don't know. I think maybe we have a little bit more. I think we have a little bit, just a little different than people, I guess. But I feel like that's what every quarterback can come from where we're from. I think everyone's different, and you can just say that. You can probably say that for every quarterback comes from somewhere else.
What did you learn from Trevor about how to prepare for a game? Did you come here thinking you knew how to prepare for a game, and were there any differences in what you thought you knew versus what you learned last year, how to get ready?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, you know how to prepare for a game for high school, and you learn those basic materials. But when you get to college, it's a different level. You learn it from Coach Tree, you learn it from Trevor, learn it from experienced guys here that've been here for a while, and you just kind of pick up on things, just different things you have to your toolbox.
A couple examples.
Just spending a lot of time in the film room, just how much time you need to spend in the film room, stuff like that.
DJ, how would you describe your relationship with Coach Diaz, and how do you feel like he kind of shaped you into where you are right
Coach
now?
Diaz? I love Coach Diaz, man. I mean, Coach Diaz, man, he's kind of almost like a father figure to me. I mean, I rode with him 3 years, 4 years, going into high school. Rode with him every single day. I probably spent more time with him than probably any other coach. I mean, I drove to school with him. Rode home from him. We just had different daily talks. So me and Coach Diaz, man, we're super close. I love Coach Diaz.
What's the best piece of advice you feel like he gave you?
I think the best piece of advice that he's probably given me is just, I think this deserve is just some of the best piece of advice is how to be a good husband, how to be a good father, how to treat your kids, how to be a good husband, just how to treat your wife. I think that's some different examples like that.
You view your sort of personality in the locker room as much different than Trevor, like the way that you kind of approach leadership and the way that you kind of approach, bonding with your guys and interacting with them. Is it much different than how Trevor did it?
I think it's just a little bit different. I think we're just 2 different personalities, 2 different guys. So I think, yeah, it's different. We're definitely a little bit different in that different aspect.
How so? Like, is there anything that's kind of noticeable to you?
I mean, we're both laid back. I mean, I think it's just that I'm kind of I might listen to a little different music, might talk a little bit different than Trevor, just stuff like that. But I think just because I'm just DJ, he's Trevor.
So you're saying Trevor has bad taste in music and you have
Nah,
good taste?
Nah, I didn't say that. But I mean, I think we're just 2 different people. You know, we have 2 different mentalities. I mean, I think just where we grew up, we just 2 different locations. Grew up in California. It's just 2 different people.
Is it
Brian
for people to
says you're a little different because you come from California. Like, so what's different that you bring? Not. I mean, I'm talking about just outside of football. What are the things he's talking about?
I mean, it might be a little. I mean, from Southern California, kind of laid back. I think that's kind of how it is out there. More laid back, a little chill. Might say food here and there. Might say a little different slangs and stuff like that. But I think I don't know. It's just kind of just where I grew up. I mean, there's not a lot of people out here from Southern California out here in the South, especially at Clemson. So I think it's just a little different flavor.
So if you had to actively sort of force yourself to be more vocal when that's really sort of not really part of your personality?
Yeah, I'm just try to be more vocal. I mean, I'm a vocal guy, but I mean, not really though. So it's just a little hard sometimes. I like to lead by example, but I know in the role that I'm in right now, I have to be a lot more vocal than I like to be.
Is it fair for people to compare you to Trevor Lawrence? I mean, he was the #1 overall pick in the draft and won a national championship with Prep. Is it okay for people to compare you because you're the guy that comes after him?
I mean, I think it's just I think Trevor Lawrence, he's probably the best quarterback to ever play college football. And I think everyone should give their respect to Trevor. I mean, I'm just DJ. So, I mean, I don't think there's nothing that we should be compared about. Trevor's Trevor and I'm DJ.
What do you miss most about Southern California while you're out here, aside from family and stuff?
Shoot, food and the weather. I mean, I'm dripping right now. I'm sweating. I mean, it's super humid right now. I feel like the food and the weather.
DJ, what did you weigh at your heaviest, and how did you lose that weight? What habits did you have to change?
Eating, man. I love to eat. I love sweets. I just love to eat. I mean, I think I probably got up to like 258 during last season. I think right now I'm probably like 248, 247, and I feel a lot more in shape this year.
So no more late night snacks? Is that what you're
I've been trying to cut down a little bit more running, but it's been good.
You'll be able to keep it off with Bojangles in the picture now?
I think so. I think I will.
Have salad.
From Will Taylor early on this season?
Man, Will Taylor, man.